Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are following us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
Give us a 5-star rating. It massively helps us out. Enjoy.
It just makes sense. It just makes sense. And I think Sean Dyche is one of the most underrated and what's the word?
Unappreciated?
Yeah, wrongly looked
misconstrued.
At. Yeah.
It's because of the way he talks.
No, it's because he was forced to play that way at Burnley. He had no option.
Yeah.
He literally
used the players he had.
Not the way he talks.
He had championship players in the Prem and got them into the Europa League.
Yes, that's unbelievable.
And they didn't play hoofball, but they were direct, get wide, balls into the box. They were direct, they were hard to beat.
And he kept him up for years.
And Bielsa isn't going to go and make those average players at Everton better. I think Dyche will.
Yeah.
Or it's crazy. I know
who you're going to say.
Everton fans will not like it, and I think he's a bit of a dinosaur. Allardyce would do it.
Yeah, that's what I've been seeing a lot.
He would improve them. He did it with us when he come in. After
you know what these guys are? And I'll even throw Steve Bruce in the mix.
No.
These guys.
No. Cut his mic off.
These guys are serious. They just keep teams up.
No, Steve Bruce doesn't. No, he doesn't. Nah.
He's a fucking club ruiner.
You've both been stung by the potato man.
That's the web that the media spin. He saves you. Does he?
Crazy.
I've seen rumours that they're trying to snipe Company away from Burnley.
He's sticking at Burnley.
I know he's not going to leave, but
there's rumours about Corberan as well. I'd be amazed.
And Alan Pardew.
No. Is it
Alan Kirbishley?
It might be Hasselhüttl, but I thought it was
Hasselhüttl is.
He's linked, right?
Yeah, he's linked.
Yeah, Zidane to Everton.
Okay.
Surely by the time this is out, surely a decision would have been made. You'd think before deadline day.
Okay, let's put our money on it. I'm going to go with Sean Dyche.
I'm going with Dyche.
Well, you just pick what he's going to say. I'll go Hasselhüttl then.
Hasselhüttl?
Yeah. He's going to go from Southampton, who are now in a relegation scrap, to Everton in a relegation scrap.
Do you think it was right to get rid of Frank?
I think the problem's bigger though, isn't it? But
they put this club up for sale last week.
I do agree. I think he's right. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
500 mil for Everton?
What would you buy it?
To buy?
Is Everton worth 2.5 Neymars?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's going to buy Everton?
The thing is, the current owner, again, this is them banging on about they're badly run. But they are badly run. He's invested nearly 600 million.
And he's got a new stadium.
They're building a new stadium. He's invested a shitload of money. Just because they've been poorly ran on the pitch and football operations, and maybe he's put the wrong people in charge. It's not through lack of trying or lack of investment. But and I understand their frustrations. Everton are a big club. They should be doing better. But no one's fucking entitled to success.
Yeah. But apparently Kenwright's been giving him advice and he just doesn't even...
Yeah, but they're not... So what's the point of having Bill Kenwright?
That's what I mean, yeah. I don't know.
If you're an Everton fan, I'd actually think you lot better get your hopes up because you're about to get bought by some country.
Will they though? Because there's Liverpool and Man United on the market now, so they'll be looking at that.
But they can get a better deal on Everton and do exactly what they're going to do with that.
Everton are a bit of a sleeping giant like Newcastle.
Yeah, they are. We had this debate before. Remember, they are a big club.
It's an attractive.
They got a new stadium.
You put them bottom.
Yeah, they are shit right now. Though. Don't get this thing twisted, lads. Here, like they're buying players like Dele Alli.
That was
Neil Mopai.
Thinking, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like what their head of football right now is just having a stinker. Well, their whole transfer thing. Like, if you look at Arsenal's transfers, they're buying players who are coming through because they're doing the right research. Everton seems like they're just doing fuck all.
They're a great example of like money doesn't buy success. You always get that thrown at you, especially being a Newcastle fan. But like Everton have invested all that, and it shows. It's not really about that.
It's my whole argument with City. Yeah, they spend money, but they spend it well.
I know it was a few years ago, but Everton under David Moyes were pushing Champions League.
Yeah, he was. Again,
they were the club that was. It was a top four.
Well, they did. They got fourth.
There's a top four. There's a big four before City, and Everton were the ones knocking on the door.
Yeah,
every time.
They were.
It's quite sad, really.
I did think. I think they'll now that Frank's gone. It won't happen. My prediction was Moyes would get the sack and go to Everton.
Yeah.
But he won't get the sack now in time, I don't think, because they need a manager at Ace.
Not winning 2-0
David Moyes is a good manager as well. He's just, there's something not right.
No, I think he's reached his limit at West Ham.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Tapped out.
Well, West Ham could actually be in trouble going forward because if Deckers moves to Arsenal, How do they
It
feel
won't
about,
this January.
but in the summer though, they will need to replace him with someone. But at least they'll get a big chunk of money.
They'll get the Declan Rice money in
and
itself,
they're an attractive prospect.
Yeah.
People forget, people really underestimate the power of London as well.
Absolutely.
Like, the amount of times like we've lost out on players to like Fulham, and everyone's like, "What Fulham?" I'm like, "Yeah, West London."
Yeah.
Of course, players want to fucking go and play for Fulham. Like they can offer more money.
Selfridges around
You
the corner.
can live in fucking West London, or do you want to live in Samwell on less money?
I don't even know what Samwell is. It's the only Samwell I know. Samuel Tarley, am I right?
I don't know what that means, but okay.
Okay.
All right, or do you want to live in the middle of fucking Birmingham? Obviously not.
Yeah, no, thank you. Sorry, people from Birmingham.
You don't live in the middle of Birmingham.
I don't know.
No.
I'm saying, but the Albion people who play for Albion would.
You got to give Everton
Sutton
some form of
Coldfield.
credit because they are trying to buy good players.
Who?
Dan Juma.
Yeah.
But they did actually get him in the kit.
God
Apparently,
loves a trier.
and he was actually doing the media stuff, ready to put the tweet out like, "We signed you." How does that happen? Is it not breaking some form of law?
No, because there's no pen to paper at that point.
Yeah.
So
If
why is he doing media days if
I
he's not
seen one the other
signed?
day. Steve Sidwell was saying he went to the Wolves training ground, was in the Wolves kit doing his medical. As he's doing his medical, his agent was like, "You need to come out." And he's like, "I'm just finishing off." He's like, no, now. Come out. And he's like, "Fulham have come in for you." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And then I literally went to Mick McCarthy come out and was like, "Is everything all right?" And he's like, "Look, Mick, like,
It's London.
I want to stay in London," because I think he was going from Reading or Chelsea.
Which is west as well.
Might have been Chelsea.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Look, family, London," and apparently Mick McCarthy was like, "I understand, but get the fuck out." Like,
Yeah.
lost his head. But so yeah, I think that's quite common. Willian,
Yeah, Willian loves doing that shit, man. Multiple times, right?
yeah.
And then he'll just score against them.
Who was another one? A London club. I can't remember. John Obi Mikel had technically signed for Man United.
Before going Chelsea?
Yeah, it was like done. And then,
How does that work then?
And then he went. Chelsea tapped him up, and then he went missing for like 3 days. They were hiding him in a hotel. Man United were like, "Where the fuck is this player?" He was meant to turn up to like complete the transfer. He was all apparently agreed and signed, and then the next time Man United see him, he's unveiled at Chelsea. They're like, "What the fuck? We'd sign this player?"
I would love to.
How does the behind the scenes work like that then? If you actually do officially put pen to paper,
there's a new series coming out on Sky, isn't there? The new documentary all about agents and stuff. I'd love to get a football agent or an ex-player to talk us through it all.
I'd love to get agents out.
If you're a football agent, message us on Pitch Side.
Yeah,
be good.
Yeah, please do message us if you are a football agent. Top tier one, please.
I still can't fathom how that process works. If you've officially signed a contract or a piece of paper that, I know it might be a fake signing or whatnot, but how does that work? How does that work?
I don't know.
I can understand before any point beforehand because there's no official agreement. But if you've actually did a little,
well, maybe these players haven't officially put pen to paper.
Okay,
I don't know.
You'd have to say that, right? Other clubs that are up for sale, obviously Liverpool.
Yeah, but again, I don't know if they're up for sale or they're just partly up for sale.
Yeah,
But sort of.
I don't think FSG want to give up total control.
Do you reckon they're like, we're up for sale, and like see who actually is interested?
I think another word of it is.
You know what I mean?
I think another term
right, we're up for sale.
is.
No, you're not.
We just want a bit more money.
Yeah, invest in us, please.
Yeah. Where did they do what they
what is it rumored Qatar or not Saudi because it's
just sort of the same standard people sniffing around really having a look.
But it's Qatar, isn't it?
Yeah, I've heard Qatar.
Not Saudi because
there's too much. You don't think Liverpool need to sign someone more?
They're holding out for June, aren't they?
Yeah, but that's
so they're
too long away.
They're taking the hit. But what if you don't go in summer?
This is the problem that they've said, right? Because if they don't have Champions League football or European football,
why is he going to go there?
Why would he go? I know obviously there's a project there and it's Liverpool and he's probably
I think he'll go
been enticed to go.
Or City.
He deserves Real Madrid.
City might be losing Gundogan and Bernardo Silva. I would not be surprised if he ended up at Man City.
Why would they lose Gundogan?
But the way he's been talking lately, he doesn't seem very happy.
He's club captain, isn't he?
Yeah, I know, but
Welch.
Bernardo Silva's been wanting to.
He wants
that's
to go
been on the
Barca.
brink for a while.
He'll go Barca this
And City haven't really had a revamp in midfield for a few years.
Yeah.
No, that's right.
I think if Jude goes Man City, it's just unfair. I think Bellingham deserves to go in Real Madrid. I honestly think he's a Galactico. He's a Galactico.
Do they need Bellingham?
Imagine
They've got Camavinga,
Tchouaméni and Bellingham.
Yeah,
with Valverde as well.
Tony Kroos is retiring, isn't he?
Modric is, he's still balling hard, but imagine
still,
learning under Luka Modric.
Yeah, but they've got Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga.
Yeah.
I understand, look, Bellingham is the boy and he's the bollocks. Yeah. And I think he'd back himself to get in that starting 11. But would you look at that and go, God, that is that they're world-class talents, or I'm going to come in and be starting every week at Man City or Liverpool?
Yeah. He might want to stay in England. He might
stay?
Not stay, but I mean, like, he might want to return and just play English football.
Fuck that, man.
You never know.
Go around with you, be a Galactico, do a Bale, do a Beckham.
Yeah, but that's you want to do that. Jude Bellingham might want to be a Premier League footballer. Never know.
I'd be surprised if.
I do think he will go.
He's still well young. He go Real Madrid, then go.
I know, but I'm thinking I think Madrid would rather save the money it's going to spend on Bellingham for Mbappe, or maybe Haaland when he comes available, or I don't know, another striker, Aussie man.
Yeah,
well, he's linked with United still, isn't he?
And Arsenal probably. What about Chelsea? Do you think they're making the right signings? Mudryk 80 mil.
They need a midfielder though, don't they? Desperately.
I don't know why they didn't just get Fernandes.
Yeah. Well, they won't.
It was a lot of
I thought that was a done deal, essentially.
They're back in for it now, but
again,
but Shakhtar essentially saying it's 120 million, so pay it or don't. Benfica, sorry. So pay or not.
Well, what did they offer beforehand?
How are they getting away with this?
Right?
How are they getting around FFP?
Well, they've changed the rules now.
55-year contracts on every player.
So essentially, so what they're trying to do, they sort of like,
their players.
They're like, we'll pay that fee, and then they start negotiating, and then they were like, actually, we're not going to pay the 120 buyout clause, and they had a bit of a argument.
But didn't you see the Shakhtar owner came out and was like, Chelsea offered us basically the same deal as Arsenal, but the structure was different to the Arsenal structure. Arsenal wanted to spread the cost, whereas Chelsea pay more up front.
Straight up. Yeah.
Which is... A lot of clubs are like that, though. I think I read somewhere the other week, that there's only 3 teams in football who pay up front. That's Newcastle, Man City and PSG. Everyone else is instalments. Like the amount of transfers, you'd be amazed that players will move from one club and then move to another club, and by the time they've made those 2 moves, that first club still haven't received the full amount.
You said that about Maguire, didn't you?
Yeah.
Or was that
No, Rory said that, so Rory that's why
it's very common. People think because of FIFA and that, it's just here's your sum, bang, everything in. It's not like that at all. It's massive instalments.